Okay, so I'm back with another accent feedback video, this time for a user reading from, I believe, a news article, and I've read some of the comments people have left, and I've done some pre-listening. So other than that, don't know too much, and here we go.
A Florida man was arrested Tuesday after stealing all
Okay, so
the
it's a little quiet here, and I think it
7-Eleven.
gets louder.
This was called to the
Okay,
account
so we're gonna start
of
it like,
food available at the Naples 7-Eleven. The Collier County
okay, I'm gonna start it here, because in the beginning it's quite quiet.
Sheriff's Office was called to the convenience store around
Okay, so first thing I'm noticing, there's a bunch of small things, but one of them is the, you're devoicing the s in was. I'm hearing was.
around 8:20. Was called to the convenience Sheriff's Office was called to the
I'm hearing was called. So we want was, za, instead of sa. And then I'm hearing like cold.
called to the convenience office was called to the
Cold. So but I want called,
called to the convenience store around 8:23 p.m. after a man put gloves.
Okay, and then like after, once again with the vowels. So I'm hearing after, but I want after, after.
p.m. After a man put gloves on, took the food items. After a man put gloves on, took the food items and
Okay, so I'm hearing items instead of like items. So this depends on what kind of accent you're going for. I don't think you specified. Okay, so if you're going for an American accent, we don't want a t sound there. We want items, items. But if you're going for some British accents, sure, items is or items. Something like that could be fine. But
gloves on, took the food items.
I'm hearing items like the I diphthong vowel thing at the beginning of the word. The first syllable is too drawn out.
And put gloves on, took the food items, and left the store with them.
Okay, and also I'm noticing this a lot with your R sounds. They're not I don't hear them realized fully. I'm kind of hearing like
and left the store with them.
Stu. I'm kind of hearing stu. Which again, for if you're going for an American accent, store, we want ra, that clear rhoticism. But if you're going for some variants of British English, store is my not very good impression. But you could definitely get away with like or store. But I'm kind of feeling like stu
the
almost.
Food items and left the store with them.
Stu, which I don't think would be acceptable in most variations of English.
With them. The man left the store in a car.
Okay, but there it was a little better.
Left the store in a car. The man left the store in a car.
Okay, but then again, so I'm hearing ka. So if you want to drop the R, say like again for some kind of British English, the R would still be present in the sense that like you'd say like ka instead of ka. So the R still matters, even if it's not pronounced overtly like a consonant, like it would be in American English. Car. So you can say car, you can say ka, or something along those lines. But I'm just hearing like ka, which doesn't sound right to me.
Left the store in a car with two other people.
Okay, and then I'm hearing two. This is very Portuguese-esque. I guess it could be potentially Russian or some Slavic, but I'm pretty sure you're a Portuguese speaker. So I'm hearing two. This kind of cha. This like almost palatalized t, but I want two. So in the same way that if I were to say talk, I wouldn't say like chalk or something like that. I want two instead of two. So the T sound should not be modified by the vowel in this case.
Deputies later.
Okay, and then minor thing, deputies. So there's a p sound. Deputies instead of deputies.
Two other people. Deputies later pulled over the vehicle.
Okay, so the vowel in pulled, I'm hearing pulled, ooh, like I, E, O, ooh, but I want pulled, and then so then with vehicle, I'm hearing vehicle. Perhaps you're not terribly familiar with the word, so we want vehicle. So silent H and stress on the first syllable. Oh my god.
All three people were detained while the suspect was arrested. All three people were detained while the suspect was arrested and charged.
Okay, this sounds...
All three people were detained while the suspect was arrested and charged.
Okay, I'm hearing like while the suspect was arrested. I'm also hearing by the suspect was arrested. That word sounds a little odd. But the prosody, so the rhythm of it, sounds again very Portuguese to me. So
all three people were detained while the suspect.
Okay, so all three people were detained while the suspect was arrested. But I'm kind of hearing like
were detained while the suspect was arrested.
Arrested. Like, you know, like like that, you know, instead of like arrested. So that's kind of like a rhythm pitch thing that's going on, prosody. That part sounds off to me.
Suspect was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, investigators.
Okay, and then so two things. So once again, like in the was, you're kind of devoicing the z sound. So I'm hearing wait. Maybe that's fine. Hold on. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. One sec.
Arrested and charged with disorderly conduct.
Disorderly. Never mind. Ignore what I just said.
With disorderly conduct.
Okay, but here for conduct. So, any, or not. I don't know if this is a global rule, but in general, when you have two-syllable words that are both nouns and verbs. So, for example, I can conduct an orchestra. So that's a verb. Or my conduct is poor. So generally, when it's a verb, the stress will be on the second syllable. So conduct or record or address. I will address the nation. But when it's a noun, the stress will be on the first syllable. So conduct, record, and address. So here we want conduct, not conduct.
Conduct, investigators said. The clerk said.
I'm also hearing said. I'm hearing a devoiced stop on the final consonant of said. I'm hearing said.
Investigators said.
Said. But I want said. I want the voicing on that final consonant.
The clerk said the man who has not been identified has been in the store before.
Okay, and also like fi. I'm kind of hearing identified, I, but I want I, identified, I.
Before. The last time he ate 3.
And then once again with last, I'm hearing like last.
Time he ate the last time.
Last. But I want last.
Before. The last time he ate 3 chicken wings in front of the clerk and then left without paying.
Yeah, and then like clerk, I think this word was there before as well, but I'm hearing like air.
Left without paying. In front of the clerk and then
clerk, but I want clerk.
Left without paying. The employee said.
Okay, so based on what the comment said, I was expecting it to be much less comprehensible, but I don't think it was terribly difficult to understand. But your accent is definitely it's certainly noticeable. It sounds like you're, I think, a Portuguese speaker, but if not, you know, some speaker of perhaps a Romance language, where I'm hearing strong influence of the a, e, I, o, u vowels, which are not as common in at least American English and other variants of English, where we have our a and our and our I a lot. So definitely some work to do on the vowels, some work to do on the R sound, depending on what type of English you're going for, and just some minor bits on the consonants here and there. So, yep, that's all I got for you.